And this week on another installment of What's Happening at the School of Mastery. First of all, a huge week. My good friend Brian McKenzie is going to be giving a TED Talk in a couple of weeks in North Dakota. He and I got talking, and he wants to rehearse this TED Talk at our gym Wednesday night at 7 p.m. So I'd encourage any of you that are interested in how breathing and controlling the autonomic nervous system through breath, therefore increasing your not just wellness but performance as well, are going to be some of the big topics that he'll be covering in this rough cut of the TED Talk. So come on down, check out Brian as he prepares for this really cool project. Secondly, we had 4 people from our gym successfully complete the LA Marathon yesterday. We love her, Miss Nikki Merrick, Tom Lee, the secret weapon, Jordan Grotzinger pulling off his first ever, and Tim Martin crushing an old PR, rocking this particular marathon in 3 hours and 15 minutes. Not surprising to many, but all of them are beasts and show just kind of what we do in the gym does transfer over into a lot of different things. So congratulations to our finishers. If you see those guys, give them a huge hug, high five, or pat on the back, as we always do. The Open's coming. A lot of you have never participated in the Open. It is a great opportunity to get your competitive chops moving, and it is a thrilling experience for all. This year we're doing it on Friday nights. That information's gone out over the last couple of weeks. We've assigned team captains to the PM and AM teams respectively, and you can sign up over the next week and a half. There's more information on that on the website. Lastly, this weekend I spent the entire weekend going back and doing my L1 certification, and I actually learned a lot, even though this is my 3rd time doing it. I originally did it 10 years ago, and they make you retake it every 5 years. So it was great continued education for me, and they refreshed a lot of the big principles that they are known for communicating during these seminars. And they do an extraordinary job. One of the ideas that made me think considerably was this idea of form versus intensity, which is never really a conversation that goes away with any sort of fitness discipline, CrossFit or otherwise. Now, as you can all gather, sometimes with speed, eventually form will deteriorate. And there's a fine line in this conversation of where we as School of Mastery students want to live. Really, and we never want to live in this Part A section, major mechanical errors. So that means if your coach during a hard workout is saying, hey, extend the hips, open the hips, lock your knees out, open your hips up, and you're not able to process the information and have no neurological awareness of what that means, or conversely, get your hips below parallel, and that doesn't sink into your body, the motor patterns of your body when fatigued. If they don't understand that, then you might be pushing the intensity a little bit too hard. Conversely, there's the idea of this person who's like working towards virtuosity and perfection of clean movement solely. Now, what's lost in that is intensity. And if you are only focused solely on the perfection of form, then what could go missing is the physiological adaptation that speed and intensity produce. Now, am I suggesting that we move sloppily? No. I just made a huge distinction between major mechanical error person and that person who's like dusting everything off, making sure everything is just right. Really, where we want to live in our practice and what mastery is really about over the long haul is mindfully balancing where that edge lives, that edge between good form and high intensity. And right about that edge, things are going to start to falter just a little bit. They look pretty darn good, but they start to shake just a little bit. And right there is when our human body starts to really make excellent progressions. But not doing that without a sense of awareness, and without doing that being mindful of what it is you're trying to do, whatever movement it is. You could be short-circuiting yourself over the long haul. So again, in this C zone, 2 to 3 minor errors, living at the edge on the days where we're really going intense, that's where you're going to find a lot of growth, because it's going to challenge you mentally, emotionally, and physically. And That, in the end, is what we're after. Love you guys. See you this week.